What's good, everyone? I'm here to make this video because a few people DM'd me about what is a sieve analysis, what am I doing for my project currently, and so I'm about to show y'all what's going on. So over here was all the material I collected when I was at Greenville Run. It's all packaged up and labeled. And I gotta let the material dry in the sink because it was in a creek and my bucket was wet. But as you can see, each bag of sediment is labeled, and the fossils that I have are labeled and dated as well. So once that process is done, well, it should have been done out in the field, what I would do is take a bag of these sediments and I will fill it up in this beaker to about 500 milliliters. And it's going to be consistent like that for every sample, so I don't have to worry about errors or anything like that. The reason why this beaker is labeled is because I already set that out for yesterday, and now I'm about to do some stuff with it. So what I'm about to do with the sediment is I'm gonna sieve it through these pans. And so if you can see, there's numbers on here, and these numbers represent different fees. And those fee numbers are indicators to the different grain size. So boulders, sand, clays, etc., etc. I'm gonna do wet sieving because one, my material is already wet. It's gonna take too long for it to dry, and it's easier to get all the fine material out. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Okay, so got my sieves all in order and situated. Start from 3, 2, 1, and then I will continue on from 0 to 4. And the reason why I start off with 2 pans is because one, it's just easier to sieve because I only have one bottom, and it's gonna take a lot of water to wash all that fine material out, and you're gonna see what I mean. So I'm gonna take my beaker of sediment, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in there. All right, pour that in there, and then what I like to do, so I won't have too much water in the bottom, is I just try to smear it out with a knife. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna edit the video so you won't have to see this long process. All right, so got most of the sandy material down in there. Now here's the part where we call it wet sieving. So I'm gonna take my beaker of sediment I just used, fill it up with some water. Now what I'm gonna do is slowly try to filter out all this material. And as you can see, it starts to clear out. And so the larger stuff gets caught in each sieve. Gotta go through it again, more water, but that's basically the gist I'm doing with the wet sieving. So I'm gonna cut through all of this, try and get all my coarse material out. As you can see, I got some pebbles. It looks like some anthropogenic debris, but that's fine. That's part of the sieve analysis, and I will catch you on a few moments. All right, back now. Just finished sieving all the material out to the finest point. So at this point, where I have my stuff labeled, I will have to find the right pin. I think I was on 2. So sample 2B, feed number 2. What I would do is I will take this material and I will scoop it up in this pin. So let me go ahead and do that. You want to try to get much as possible out. Alright. There we go. At that point, all that material will go in here. It will look like this pin, which was my feed number -3 and bigger. And what I will do is take this wet material, place it on the scale, get the wet weight, enter it into my system. I can show you a quick example of that. So here's my initial samples, and right here I got my wet weight. Wet rate, weight, I'm not editing this out. And then once I get my wet weight in, I throw it into my quote-unquote easy bake oven. And I let it dry. This material isn't done yet. And once it dries, I will go back, weigh my dried material, such as this one, enter it into the system, and at this point, I will be able to come up with a weight percentage, a cumulative weight percentage, at which point I will be able to do some more numbers, and I can tell whether if the sediment was well sorted or was it poorly sorted. But yeah, this is a simplified version. If I went to like super details about the math, you guys probably would be bored. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do a grain size analysis. Catch you next time.